Look, man, I think Bisu's supposed to win, but we could have an upset. We already saw one already with Bisu here.
게임 준비 완료. 네오실피드에서 게임을 시작합니다.
Right side we have bisu. Left side we have ample. You know, just for the hell of it, like we all know sylphid and have known sylphid for a long time. The map's been quite popular for 13 months or so right now. It's played in basically all the tournaments. It's on the ladder. It's just it's a great map.
kind of the new standard map.
Yeah, in a lot of ways.
I think it's one of the best recently made maps.
Absolutely agree. I think that this map and Overwatch, as far as modern maps, are really, really good. So I looked up the stats anyways for this one just to be consistent. And in the last 3 months, there's been so many hundreds of games played on this map, but at least in the sponsored matches, it's been a little bit Terran favored with 204 wins to 175 losses to Protoss.
That actually doesn't surprise me that much, even though I think Protoss can win on this map.
It's actually, in tournament play though, it's actually much heavier Protoss favored. For KSL and ASL, I don't know, I guess we're not going to show those stats right now today, but I remember because every time I introed the map in KSL and ASL, I'm like, I think this map is actually totally fine in TVP. But it was like actually a pretty big Protoss winning record.
I think one thing about this map is that it's not hard to get a third as Terran.
Yeah, it's
not hard to even get a fourth and occasionally a fifth. I mean, well, I should say it's not easy, but you know what I'm saying. Like, there are some maps where, I mean, Destination's a really easy example of this, where the Protoss can look at that and say, okay, well, I'm playing.
It's hard to get a natural in Destination.
Yeah. I can play this a very certain way. Now, by the way, Bisu's opening up with one of his much older builds, which is a forward gate.
Yeah.
Almost makes it look like he's playing against a Zerg here. And I've seen him do this even recently, and I'm always amazed that he has so much success with this, but it can be quite strong.
Well, this building placement from Ample, if he puts his factory directly above either the gas or the barracks, this is a dynamite setup. It's got 2 holes that Marines can walk through and none that Zealots can make through. So you're going to be able to easily micro there. Also, there's something that I call the Ample Expand. It's like Ample's version of an FD push, which is a fake double. It kind of looks like you're going 2 factory, but you're not. That he does sometimes against things like Zealot pressure that I think is very, very strong, not only for this map, but against Zealot pressure, and Ample himself is quite good and quite well versed with the opener.
So with the opening coming here from Bisu, and this is a build that's actually lasted through Bisu's career from very earlier days, like way before StarCraft 2, just to get a timeline set up here.
Yeah.
And the idea here is that Zealots and Dragoons are very strong against a few Marines and SCVs if controlled correctly. And so you kind of just get in the Terran's face. You expand a little bit slower here, you tech a little bit slower, but you're really keeping him honest.
A little second to miss micro, but you can see that Ample's building placement is just destroying this rush. It's doing nothing.
Yeah, I mean, this building placement is so undesirable for the Protoss to ever try to engage into that he's going to back up. Now, there's a second Zealot that should meet up with the first here.
Yeah, he's going to dart in again, but as long as you don't lose any Marines here, you're actually still in very good shape. The Dragoon is where it can become a little bit more dicey. Okay, very nice. I thought Bisu would get one more hit there.
Same. I thought the same thing. But the Dragoon's going to come up now, and there's actually a third Zealot.
That's good for Ample. That's actually, if there was a Dragoon coming right now, that would be a little bit tougher. Here, 2 of the Zealots have already taken a lot of damage, but he has a Vulture making. He's going to easily push this back.
But with the pressure that he's set up here, he's slowed that down a little bit. I think you're right. Had a second Dragoon come right away. But now the Vulture's, he wants to come out and try to do some damage. Keep in mind, you can't repair that easily on a Vulture, so any hit it takes is in some ways kind of permanent until there actually are workers repairing this.
But yeah, just removing those, the bunker gets up for free right now. He can actually go ahead and go mines right away because this is such a delayed Dragoon.
Now, I look at this from the Protoss perspective. I feel like Ample's in much better shape than Bisu. But I see so many games or Bisu's games
Yeah.
Go in this direction, and he's fine.
It's because he's better than his opponents.
Yeah, yeah.
But you never thought you'd hear me say that, but no, seriously, it's like, this is not unplayable for bisu. But like, if this was my opening against bisu, I'd be like, okay, I actually have a shot in this game.
Right,
And then,
yeah.
of course, he would smash me, but, you know, it was definitely a very strong hold. He lost nothing. He's killed 2 Zealots. The tech is delayed for bisu here. There's a Vulture on the map. Look at this. The intel he's getting. My God, he's still got an SCV in the main.
Yeah, the SCV in the main is huge. Looks like he's actually going to catch this, though.
It's full health, though. He gets a full scout on the main. So, like, this is awesome. Look at that. What is the building? Click.
Robo.
Okay. And there you go. You know everything.
Now, keep in mind that the Protoss is in the dark. I mean, obviously, Protoss knows that the Terran's fast expanding, but we don't know what kind of fast expand it is. We don't know if there's going to be a starport. Okay, here we go. There's an armory being made here, and bisu can't confirm that. And whenever you see Protoss aggression like this, from a Terran perspective, it can be pretty scary, and it is scary because it can do a lot of damage. But if they didn't get the Robo right away, they really don't know what you're doing. And a lot of Protosses get punished when there are blind spots in the Protoss's play until Observer Tech come out.
Yeah.
You might not be, you might be guessing he's going for a quick third command center. You might be guessing he's going for a bunch of factories, or in this case, he's going to get an armory. And so bisu doesn't know. So I'm very interested in seeing how bisu plays this out from here.
Well, he's going for observers. He's going just pretty normal, I guess, is a way to put it. But Ample has done so many things so well here. Like, that scout allowed him to skip Academy and go directly into Armory and Second Factory. So his upgrades are nice and fast. He's going to have a lot of units. He's laying mines around. Like, he's got a mine at the normal third base. He's got mines on the path to his base. He's throwing a mine down at the back of third base. Like, this is an awesome position for Ample right now. And not that, again, it's not unplayable for bisu. It's not like Ample's just going to walk across the map and kill him. But bisu doesn't really know what's going on right now, and he has to stay a bit defensive.
I'm worried for bisu in a very long game here. You know, getting the upgrades. Obviously, bisu will be able to handle this, but you don't ever want to give the Terran an edge in the late game here. I wonder if he can go Reavers. Oh, okay. That answered that question.
Yeah, I think you can almost always go Reavers. You can go for them. They might not do anything. Like, be surprised if he gets a lot of damage with it. But it's kind of a weird delayed Reaver, where sometimes you're not looking.
Sometimes that's the one that works.
Yeah, like, see where his units are right now? He's actually waiting for a Reaver.
Yeah.
That's his units in his main base. He's got 2 Goliaths. He's got a siege tank sitting there. He's just like, okay, if a Reaver comes, I'm ready. But this Reaver will come after he's probably moved all those units out of his main base. Now, this is the moment of truth is coming up for Ample here. He is either in the next about 40 seconds going to add a third command center.
It's a good catch.
Or he's going to add more factories.
Yeah.
And basically everyone on Earth would go for the command center. But Ample, like I said, he will mix in some of these aggressive plays.
Now, sometimes, okay, there it is, third CC. Sometimes getting a bunch of factories can really throw a Protoss off. But I think the fact that bisu got his scout over there. Ooh, miscontrol there.
Ooh!
Oh!
Beautiful.
Okay, this is where you start to get very anxious as a Protoss. You've lost 2 probes trying to make the Nexus.
Yeah.
He already got up to 800 minerals. He's desperate to just get this thing set up.
And he did not see the Reaver get picked up and did not scan the Reaver tech. But the units are still there, so that's very good for Ample.
Does he get shuttle speed with this?
I don't know. It's a good question.
It makes me wonder, because I feel like you can't do any damage without shuttle speed in a later game like this.
Yeah, it's almost like you have to catch him off guard.
Like if they have any turrets set up or a Goliath there, but
yeah.
If you get shuttle speed, you don't do any damage still, then you're further in the hole. We could also see a bus style, right, where he keeps making shuttles, keeps making zealots.
Yeah, in that case, okay.
Oh, here we go. That's it.
So you might be very right on what he's aiming for here. And when you go to shuttle, you almost always go shuttle speed as well. So I think that it's mostly been answered what's going on. And look, see, it's getting kind of late for Reaver. So you see him kind of starting to move his units. They're not going to stay there forever. bisu might be waiting for that. Like, he's got an observer floating in between the main and natural. He knows there's units in the main because any good Terran will have them there.
And he knows that there is a Terran player who's itching to take a third as well, with also, the CC finished in the natural.
Yeah, very true. Also, One turret doesn't do anything. Okay, he's making the second turret. Oh God, beautiful. I was just gonna say, like, if you have 2 turrets, you take down one of the shuttles.
Right.
And that screws up everything. Whereas if you only have 1 turret, they just fly over. It's like it doesn't exist.
Okay, so he wants the one with the zealots to tank the initial shots here. Here we go. We need to see the unloads quickly.
And he actually gets in before that one. The Reaver comes out. 1 shuttle left alive. Oh, it gets taken out so quickly. Bisu is in a lot of trouble.
Yes, he is. 1 more shot will take out that tank. Now, there's still some zealots and dragoons here, but we got to get a shot of this. It's in the north here. That is what's maybe more important here. If he can kill that off,
that would be a big hit.
He actually knocks him down to 2 bases, but again, 2 shuttles down, a Reaver, Dragoon, 4 zealots.
Ooh, is Ample actually going to lose that?
If I'm Protoss, I dive on top of that.
Yeah, I think it might be worth it.
Yeah.
Oh, you just need a couple more shots.
Yeah, he gets it. He gets it.
Wow. That's a big pickoff. A little bit of a mistake there from Ample. Everything else this game has been just beautiful. But I don't, like... that was good for Bisu, but I'm not afraid for Ample.
Here's the thing.
This is recoverable.
I think actually Protoss might be slightly ahead here.
You think so?
Yeah, I think getting that command center is really a really big deal, right? He's going to keep making shuttles, and he's going to start continuing to drop on clumps of the army. In this position, the Terran doesn't have a lot of vultures, and so this becomes a really strong moment for shuttles. Even if the Goliaths try to target down the shuttle, you don't really care. See, you just continue to target down these groups of tanks, and even without speed, which I'm sure is researching right now, you can basically get in there and do the damage you need to do.
Well, Ample was grossly out of position right there as well, though.
Yeah.
That was like, why are you in the middle of the map with these random units? And then he wasn't watching them either because the shuttle just flew in over 4 Goliaths. A lot of the goons getting taken out, and Ample is only on 2 factories.
I think actually Bisu might barely break him here.
If Ample does not lift that command center immediately and send it to his natural...
It's not even done.
Yeah, I know, but he canceled it.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, this is getting worse and worse and worse. If he had 4 factories right now, he wouldn't have canceled that. But he has 2, and he just lost all of his tanks. So now, for sure, Bisu's ahead.
Yeah, well, losing all the tanks like that, it's a big, heavy reset, right?
Look,
and
yeah.
Again, whenever you see the 2 shuttles fly into the main with the Reavers, it means the Protoss has to attack somewhere else.
Yeah. Well, losing that base is just, it's brutal. He did not have to lose the command center at the mineral base.
No.
Bisu was very quick on top of it, but Ample's attention was elsewhere. We don't really know where. I guess just clean up the units in his main and sending his SCVs back.
I don't think there's enough vultures out.
Dude, he's dead.
Now, yeah, there's just...
He's dead.
It's funny how Bisu's able to do this, but he's so capable of manipulating the game and the circumstances that the Terran is in. Because I really thought that Ample was in a very reasonable spot to have a healthy position in the mid-game, but...
Ample was ahead until even once he lost that command center, I swear he was still fine. And then he lost all those tanks when he's on 2 factories. You can't do that. You just cannot do that.
Right, and now Bisu has so much. He can pretty much smother the map with his units. Vultures, we never saw them come in high numbers because he was so focused on this turtley Goliath tank way of playing the game. Oh, this is pretty cute.
This is a totally reasonable way to try to come back.
Yeah.
Something a little bit crazy, like mass drop ships and stuff.
Problem is it's not much more expensive for Protoss to just keep making shuttles, you know?
Yeah, I'm not...
And now we're seeing the Terran, in some ways, I get what he's trying to do.
Yeah.
I don't think this is doing damage quick enough.
Well, if he can max out, there's still like a chance, you know?
Yeah.
He's going to have
to be frank with you, man, I think he could probably start dropping on those tanks and bum rush the entrance of the natural. I'm serious. Like, if you look at the guy's natural, Ample has 2 tanks there. I gotta say, really impressive play by Bisu.
Yeah, no, he took a situation that was very hard and made something out of it. It looks like he wants to take the mineral base. In this situation, he's unable to. Bisu will kill his entire army.
Yeah.
He really should have turtled into the pocket base.
Okay, here we go. I think this should be the killing blow here on the Terran.
Yeah.
As Bisu, funny opener, but he's just navigated this game so beautifully into a winning position for him. It's not even just a winning position for him, but an unwinnable position for the Terran, really. And notice he says, okay, this is, I think, as much damage as I can do.
All
I'm
you
going
have
to
to
go
do.
back and just macro up.
Yeah. Yeah, he's going to be on 5 bases against 2, and he has an Arbiter now. So
Yeah.
this is
Could not be worse right
just
now.
Ample's being way too greedy here is the problem, right? He keeps trying to take the base that's like really hard to defend. You have to have a lot of factories to defend that base. You have to equal the Protoss supply. Otherwise, you have to take this turtle base right there.
Right. More gateways come down as the 5th base has probes being sent to it. And, you know, as Terran takes his 3rd, he also has to defend the surface area. It gives Protoss access to that, and even though that's completely logical and probably the only thing he can do, it opens him up a little bit more to attacks like this one that we're about to have.
All right, nice.
There's nice stasis.
Yeah, very nice stasis.
Yeah, doesn't even need to get ones in the back of the clump, just get the ones with the most tanks here. Because you know at this point in time it's pretty easy to close this out.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like Ample is going to hold on much longer here. Just he's losing all of his valuable units once again. Oh, that's too bad. His opening was just so beautiful, so superb.
Well, he handled everything perfectly, but with very precise play here, Bisu got in there and just killed off the 3rd. You know, I think we could have had a different game here.
Yeah.
Science Vessel goes down when these tanks are finished. We should have another wave of Protoss units, by the way, heading up north over here.
I gotta say, Bisu just showing real mastery and understanding of the game, which is what you would expect here.
Yeah.
So many things went wrong for him. Kept his cool.
GG.
Did the damage where he needed to do it. Moved his units correctly.
Yeah.
And